I'm David Thomson. I spent most of my life at City University training optometrists, but more recently have been developing software. So I spend most of my week doing that and one day a week doing this. So this is a community cafe. There's been a cafe here for nearly 20 years now, but the group of people who are running it got to a stage where it was all a bit too much and it was going to close down. It was popular and we could all see that it was serving a really useful function to the local community here in Potters Bar. Everybody felt that it would be a tragedy if it closed, and somebody laughingly said, "Why don't you get involved?" So I thought, why not do something completely different, go out of your comfort zone? To be honest, at the time, my plan was to come in and get a group of people involved, and then I would slip out of the back door after about a year. But really, much to my surprise, I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. And here we are 8 years later.
Now, our aim is to offer food, and we offer either just simple tea and coffee and cakes, or a light lunch.
The cafe runs just one day a week. The cafe basically provides a safe, warm space. We generally get somewhere between 100 and 120 people come through the cafe on a Thursday.
But the food isn't the only reason. We operate to bring people in for fellowship. Quite a sizable minority of our customers are coming in on their own. So they join other people at a table, and they then have the social interaction.
I'd never, I think, fully appreciated the level of loneliness actually out there in the world. It's a real epidemic, I think. There's nowhere really for people to meet in quite the same way as there used to be. And we've had people here say that they haven't spoken to anybody since the last time they were in the cafe. So it provides a friendly, welcoming environment, and we've built up a really nice community. So if people come in on their own, generally we seat them with other people and they get to know them, and then they come back and meet up with them, and the little friendship groups have grown. We lay on various special events throughout the year as well. So just before Christmas, we organise a Christmas lunch. And given that we're all a bunch of amateurs when it comes to catering, we laid on a full Christmas lunch, so 3-course lunch for about 110 people. And so it's a major logistical exercise, but we've got such a fantastic group of volunteers here. It worked really well, a lovely atmosphere on the day. We have various other activities. This year we're going back to what we did before lockdown, and that is we invite various people to give talks. So once a month we have somebody from the Historical Society, or even people doing specific jobs in the community will come and say, a day in the life of a teacher. We even had one, the day in the life of an undertaker. And the other function is that although our prices here are very cheap, because it's run entirely by volunteers, we make surprising amount of money. So we actually give away about £1,000 a month to various good causes.
It's a humbling experience in a way, because it's a joy to do it. Our volunteers total up to 20, and they do this because they want to.
It's been a surprise to me just how rewarding it is to be involved with this sort of work. And I think, in general, I've been very fortunate. I had a really interesting career. I'm one of the few people who can say that I've not really done many jobs that I didn't enjoy. But I think it is important to have a bit of variety. I think doing charitable work does give you another level of satisfaction. This is not a relaxing activity. It's a lot of work to make it all happen. But actually, when you see the benefits that it brings to people, it does give you something different. I do think if you've not tried some sort of charitable work, it does give you a level of satisfaction which you don't get from purely leisure activity. That's been my experience anyway. I think I've learned a huge amount. We live in our own little bubbles, don't we? And, I think it's sort of really increased my awareness of some of the problems faced, particularly by elderly people. And it's quite tragic, really, to see so many people who are lonely. And I was unaware of the scale of the issue, I think. And it restores your faith in human nature a little bit when you see this fantastic group of volunteers that we have, and they're all prepared to give up their time, put in the effort to bake cakes and be here on a Thursday. It's fantastic to know that there are a lot of good people out there who are prepared to put in the time and effort to improve the quality of life for others.
It's a commitment. It's one day a week commitment, having retired. But having said that, it's good. The team are great. We have a great laugh, and I enjoy it. And we're doing something to bring people together, which is really important these days. A lot of retired people come along, they meet other people, they meet friends, they socialise, and in fact, when we're not running, they really miss it. They ask us when it's going to start again. I think rewarding is the right word. I think it is very rewarding. People get to start to know customers personally, and they enjoy coming and being amongst people they feel comfortable with.
I honestly thought when I took this on it would be a little bit of a chore. It's worthwhile doing because of the end result was very worthwhile, but I wasn't at all sure that it would be me, that it would suit my skill set and my personality and all the rest. But actually, I love doing it, and I think the only way you're going to continue doing something, at least on a charitable basis, is if you really enjoy it. And I really enjoy it, so that's why I'm still here, and will be hopefully for a few more years. We'll see how it goes. I've no immediate intention of packing it in. While I'm able, I do get so much pleasure out of it, and I think we're doing something useful. The intention is to carry on